Welcome to your tuning guide for the racing sail. We're going to touch on 4 elements. We're going to first run through the downhole. I believe the most important part of setting up your sail properly. We're going to do the outhole. We're going to run you through some batten tension for the main body battens, and then we'll run you through a batten tension for the bottom 3 sleeve battens. So one of the most important things for setting up your racing sail is the downhole tension. Downhole tension will determine your board trim as well as your acceleration. Having a sail that has too little downhole tension will create a nose-heavy board, so the board will be riding on the entire rocker and the sail will be feeling heavy. Having a sail that has too much downhole tension, however, the nose of the board will be up slightly and the sail will feel like it doesn't have a defined pressure point, so it becomes very twitchy. Anywhere in between there is your sweet spot. Per board or per rider style, that might be slightly different, so it's really up to you to find that spot, use those cues, and get the downhole to the right setting. After that, we have the outhole. I highly recommend using an adjustable outhole on a racing sail like this. It allows you to adjust that outhole on the fly. If the wind increases during your session or decreases during your session, you can simply release the outhole tension, create a deeper profile, create more power for the lower wind, or increase your outhole tension, make a flatter profile, have a little bit more control, and get the maximum performance at the higher wind speeds. Having an outhole that you can adjust on the fly will really allow you to fine-tune the sail for your personal preference, to find the right board trim, and to suit the wind conditions that are available at that moment. Then we have the batten tension. For the batten tension, on the racing sail it's relatively simple. We start with maximum tension on the bottom 2 battens to induce as much profile as possible. Then, for the batten above the boom, we go to about medium tension. We want to have some resistance on the leech to get some trim pressure to bring the board into trim. At the same time, we want the leech to be able to release excessive pressure and get maximum acceleration out of the sail. After that, we go to a relatively minimum pressure to just clean out some of the wrinkles in the sail and have a nice tight leech. Tight leech meaning a leech that doesn't flap. When you get to the top batten, if you have some excessive leech flapping in the top, you can add a little bit of tension to the top batten to minimize the flapping in the leech without affecting the performance too much. If you over-tension it, however, it might affect the performance negatively and again put the nose of the board down. So find that balance, always making adjustments, remembering what you adjusted. If the performance becomes less, you can always go back to the original setting. After that, we have the batten splitters right here on the body. The really unique thing on these sails with the air cam is that we have a separate tension for the splitter going backwards and from the splitter going forwards. On the splitter going forwards, we're going from a single batten to a double batten. So one batten running on this side of the sail, the other batten running on that side of the sail. Increasing the tension right here will create a slightly fuller profile, or decreasing the tension right here will make the sail slightly flatter. So your sail should come with one of these tools. They will allow you to tension the batten or release the tension on the batten. Inserting the tool into the back of the plastic part, there's a metal screw. You can either tighten it to increase the pressure or loosen it to reduce the pressure. The pressure be put on the batten above the boom should be just enough to remove the wrinkles and induce a slight amount of profile. For the battens below the boom, I would remove the wrinkles and add maybe 1 or 2 turns to just have a little bit of tension. The adjustment of the splitter battens should always be done with the pressure removed from the air cam so that there's as little compression on these battens as possible, so you can move them into the right tension, move them into the right position, and then pump up your air cam again. When tensioning the battens of the sleeve or the splitters, you should always consider tensioning one side and trying to match that tension on the back side of the sail. So this batten actually has the same tension as that one. That's it for your tuning guide.